Slouch Hat Soldiers, it's a book dedicated to 19 of my family members that served in World War I, II and Vietnam. But importantly, it's not just about my family, it's about your family, it's about all Australians. Everyone can connect with it. The book, Slouch Hat Soldiers, really gave me an amazing insight into Australians and this mateship and camaraderie that exists between service men and women, and especially on the battlefield or in times of severe conflict. It was this strong mateship that held them together. Hardly anybody in Australia was left untouched. They've all given something from their families. Their families have all contributed, and I think that's why they've got this connection with Slouch Hat Soldiers. Slouch Hat Soldiers isn't just a history book, it's better than that. It takes you there, what it was like to go, how they felt, what they experienced, where they went, and it honours the women back on the home front, something that all Australians can relate to. It's full of poignant, powerful poetry, true stories, but also there's some great illustrations in there as well from Barry Spicer, one of Adelaide's great military artists, and there's some powerful pictures, photographs there of people that you can relate back to and their stories. It's just an emotional roller coaster in many ways, but it makes you proud to be Australian, proud to know that Australians in the past have made such a sacrifice to make Australia what it is today. My father was the one that really was the person that inspired me to write this book, because he was the one that told me the most stories, and I guess being my father, I admired him, I was always proud of him. But the most emotional thing, I guess, was when I'd finished writing the book, I self-published it, my father was gravely ill, and I got the book from the printers, and all I could think of was getting it to Dad, because he was on in his last few days, and I took the book up to him. He was gravely ill in the War Memorial Hospital at Mount Barker, and he was heavily sedated, but somehow I managed to wake him, and somehow, amazingly, he got this great burst of energy and sat up when he realised I had the book. I read him a personal inscription that I'd written in the front of the book, and he looked through the book and had to read through it and recognise some family photos and everything, and he told me how proud he was of it and how pleased and happy he was about the book. And then he closed his eyes and he died, and that was on the 28th of February 2014. I managed to tell stories of my father and all my family members of their sacrifices made to make Australia what it is today. So that was a very proud moment, very emotional time for me.